Well, hello again. I'm back to do another vlog. My last one seemed to get a lot of positive feedback on it, and honestly, I had fun vlogging with you guys. Obviously, that last one was pretty poor in the sense of I didn't have a mic and I didn't know what I was doing for any of it. That was my first one. Leave me alone. I have a mic now. Hopefully, it'll be better, especially for parts where water's involved, which brings me to what we're doing today. Today we are now doing Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, which is further down along the coast of Lake Superior, but is in Michigan, not in Wisconsin like the last one was. There is a slight problem. There is a government shutdown right now, which means that the visitor centers are closed and quite possibly access will be closed. To be honest, I have no idea what to expect because it's impossible to get information right now. However, I figured that I would at least record some of this part, miss my turn, and yeah, shoot, that's what happens when I'm videoing. I can't look at Google Maps. So, let me get right back to you. Where was I? Right. So I don't know what access is going to look like. If we'll be able to get into the water at all, or if we are just going to end up having to do hiking trails. I know there's some waterfalls around. Not as cool and easier to photograph, but we'll vlog it anyways. That's kind of the cool thing about an adventure. On the one hand, this was on paper going to look a lot similar to my last vlog. Very similar locations, similar ideas of filming, but this time better and with a mic. However, with any kind of an adventure, I like to say, it's not an adventure if everything goes your way. So we're going to learn here pretty quickly what today's vlog will actually look like, and that's that, I guess. So I'll catch you guys up if I can get more information. All right. Hopefully the mic is helping us because I'm going to talk quieter. The wind going through the trees is pretty loud. But I'm doing some scouting. I'm going to try to get down to the beach. It's a bit of a hike down to the beach, and I am in no way in the right clothes for it. But I'm really trying to figure out and get any information I can. Got up to the parking lot, and there was another station for rangers. Of course, nobody there, but so many tourists. There's way more people than I was expecting for this to be, first off, in the off season, in the middle of the week, as well as during a government shutdown. But we're going to try to get down to the beach and scout it out because it looks maybe a little bit further than the other rocks were, kayak wise, distance wise. And we got to get a weather report on the waves too, and see if this is doable. So, I don't know, any information I can get, right? Made it down to the beach. You can see some of the pictured rocks out there behind me. It's not as far of a kayak as I thought it was going to be. Seems about equal to what it was before, where it'd be about 2 miles to really see some cool stuff. Maybe a hair further, but that's about the same it was at the last place. There are still private tours going on, which means that I feel safe that if anything were to go poorly, at least I'm not alone out there, and it makes me more comfortable just knowing that I'm not going to get in trouble for it with private companies being out there. So we're going to come back tomorrow morning when it's not as late and go for it, I guess. Good morning, guys. We're back. I really hope the mic can pick all of this up because these waves are super loud. It's not bright and early in the morning because I did check the weather, and the wind is supposed to be dying down after about now. However, this was the peak of it, so we have to wait for a minute for it to die down before I can go in. Plus, there are the tour ships going by, and they create extra waves. However, I am done I've already gotten this inflated, so all we have to do now is look for a nice opportunity to get in the water, and we'll be off. Well, that's that. We made it into the water, and I know this is very similar to my last vlog, but honestly, this is a lot easier for me to be able to document what I'm doing here rather than just getting lots of pictures, because it's a good fair amount of kayaking, and it's seafaring, right? Considered seafaring, which is difficult to say the least. There's a lot of dangers with this. However, I am well confident in my own abilities, and I know this craft very well as I have received not only river training back home, but actually I've received sea kayak training in the Puget Sound. So I am comfortable and confident in what I am doing, which is the only reason that I am attempting to do it. So, just warning out there for the rest of you, this is not considered regular kayaking. This is not a quick breeze around a little lake. Anyways, I think I have about, this looks closer, 1.5 miles, 2 miles before getting to anything, and I will make sure to catch you guys up at that point. Oh, it's windy. Alright, true mic check. Okay, well, like I said, it's not an adventure if everything goes your way, right? And this is definitely an adventure. I'm just going to get up to this point over here and turn around. The water is not being very agreeable right now, which sucks, but this is no longer fun. This is becoming a chore for me to do. Wind's picking up, waves are getting higher, and there's no real direction to them either. I'm hardly moving at all at any given time. It's just inch by inch. I've already been out here for an hour, and I mean, you can see more or less where I put in behind me over there on the beach. So it kind of sucks because I'm pretty sure up there is the spot that everybody sees on the billboards and pictures and everything. But I just don't think I'm going to make it. So there's a bit of a cove over here, potentially a sea cave or two, and I might try to follow the coast a little bit closer on the way back and find more. But yeah, this is kind of a bust. The sun's barely even out, or if it is, it's not shining on the cliffs here. So getting kind of a bland picture, but I'll go ahead and show it to you guys because it's still amazing no matter what. But not a complete bust, but not what I had hoped, and so I apologize. Sorry, I don't know if you can tell how hard it is to keep this boat straight right now. The sun's not even up. Or it is, but not on the rocks. I can see why they call them painted rocks. All that, I don't know, there's so many colors, different stones and minerals being eroded away, and they're just like leaking down the sides. It's getting real windy out here. So yeah, this is where I'm calling it. I am turning around. Shit's getting sketchy, but at least made it down here into the shade. And yeah, this has to get cut short, especially the vlogging side of things. So I got to get my head down and now kayak against the wind, which is just getting worse. Anyways. This is fun. Wind managed to die down for just 30 seconds, enough for me to kind of get some more video clips. But now I'm moving backwards and losing all of the progress I just made. But yeah, looks calm now, but shit starts to get western real quick. Hey, check out our cruise ship, buddy. All right. Let's get away from these rocks, though, huh? 'Cause, oh my goodness, look at those waves coming in. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. At least the water's pretty and green. Oh. Nice. Whoa! Shit. At least put your nose into the waves. Oh. Woo! I have not moved an inch from where I started. And I've been paddling the entire time. But that was the worst of it over. Oh, my heart dropped with one of those. Because now I have to get back to the car. Oh shoot, the waves have bounced off the rocks and are coming back. Time for round two. Well, let me get this sentence out. Because I have no choice but to make it back to the car, which means I have to go through this shit. This is my only other choice is to die. And this has become fun again. This is This is officially type 2 fun because I have no choice but to be here. I have to get back to the car, which makes me look at it in a much different light. And I am actually having fun. The sun is shining, and these waves are, well, taller than I am sitting here in the boat. But for the most part, they've all left us now. But, wow. Like I said, this stuff can get western real fast. Reminds me of home. That's oh, I got a story about just some very westernward kayaking, but we'll save that for when I'm not, I guess, fighting for my life. All right, Just going for another quick Instagram clip here. Maybe even 0.5. But that's the beach. We're back. So, yippee, I lived. But that's the beach. We're back. I lived. Alright, so yeah, that got cut short. But, I mean, like I said, you never know what to expect. So, that was that. Potentially bad news. I think I broke my mic, dropped it in the water, got it soaking wet. So, yeah, there's that. But I now have a deadline to make and a 5-hour drive. So, I think this is the end. Well, that was that. Not too much to it, but hopefully enough to have at least somewhat of an interesting vlog in it. I know this vlog is shorter than my last and probably shorter than others I will do in the future, but it was a short day. The rest of today is going towards driving because my truck needs some work done on it so that I can continue to do these adventures. But what are you gonna do? Some days are long, some days are short, and honestly, short days can be just as nice and just as fun. Like today, a lot of stuff went wrong. I had plenty of fun though, especially on those waves coming back. I didn't share too much of that with you guys. It was really hard to, but the parts I did share were, I don't know, enough for you guys to get the gist. So, but yeah, obviously I've packed everything up. I stopped and had lunch, but we're gonna consider this the end of this adventure as I'm already driving off to my next. I have a couple of days of in-between time, but I'm going to try and vlog the next national park that I head into and some of the surrounding state parks, because that'll be, well, I don't know, quite the adventure. I haven't done any research. I don't do a lot of research. I am very much flying by the seat of my pants at all times. However, I think that is how you get the most fun out of these trips. As beneficial as it may be to do a little bit of research and find out here and there, I don't think there's much fun in that. And it's cooler to just go and learn about these places as you go, or find new little offshoot parts to add to your adventures. Just any way I can. I'm out here, as I say, looking for the beauty in the world. So thanks for joining me on this adventure with the mic, because now I have to go find a new one because it is scrapped. That mic is trash. So thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next adventure. As always, the beauty you can find in the world. Made it into the water. I thought I had more to say. I didn't eat no breakfast. So, I'm gonna lie to you about that later.